asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life. They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
Did y'all catch Juve's Tiny Desk?
Yes, I was waiting.
Oh yeah,
bro. I was pumped and
this
waiting for
nigga
it.
had the real violinist out on a.
He said, "I'm gonna bringing out the strings from the New Orleans orchestra, yo."
That shit dropped. That almost brought a tear to my eye.
Nah, yo, I watched it twice that night. Me and my lady watched it twice.
Your man Manny Fresh had the greatest love song of all time. I'm like, yo, this is not a love song. Yo, you working with some ass, yeah. Your bag, yeah. Yo, you remember, yo, when we used to go stay at Darren and Drew house, yo, in the summer, yo. Shout out Darren and Drew, yo. When that song came on, we would be hyped, yo.
106 in Park days.
Yo, that's really like one of the best Tiny Desk ever, yo.
Yeah.
They murdered it. And it was hard because it was Juvie and Manny Fresh.
That's because Manny Fresh is a real producer.
So
like
hard,
people don't realize he produced something.
He was making the
shit.
sounds in the back. He was hitting with the auto-tune. He was doing it regular. Like, yo, it was so dope, yo. Like, I gotta give you. And then they started it off with 400 Degrees. It came on strong. You see me, I eat, sleep, shit, and talk rap. I was like, oh my gosh, yo. I was like, and he was like cursing and doing that. They let him just be himself.
I'm happy they did.
You could tell all the black people that was that worked there, yo. That's the most interactive I've heard a crowd at a Tiny Desk ever.
Because yo, they were legendary, bro. Like,
how do you get to go to a Tiny Desk, yo? I would have loved it.
I guess you just got to work there, dog.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was lit in there, yo.
It looked like it.
See, Juvie used to be one of my favorites before I got in my Cameron bag heavy. Because I remember when I finally was able to cop Advisory CDs, one of the first Advisory CDs I bought was that Project English. And it wasn't that popular because that was like 6th grade. That set it off in this motherfucker. Yeah. I was like, yo, this shit hard.
I try to tell people, even his last project, like he still be making quality music. Like, go listen to the stuff if you haven't listened to like the more. He got a couple. Yo, bro, Juvie, yo, he's a legend, yo.
When he reached Ultra Instinct, was that pretty round brown?
I was just about to say, come on and do the.
I think that was like the
come on and do the road.
Classic, yo.
That was the #1 song in the country.
Nigga, that shit was player.
Really like
I want to see you bounce that, move that, do that. I'm like, yo, this nigga a player.
The rodeo show.
Yeah, that's when he was in his player bag, yo. And Huh is arguably one of the hardest rap songs ever. If you get Jay-Z on a remix back then, as a down south nigga, yo, you already solidified as a GOAT, yo.
Bro, he was a pioneer. Like, like New Orleans, like Master P, and there was several, like, they was bringing it up. But Juvie, you gotta remember, he dropped the classic album. He was a part of a legendary group. He had a #1 song in the country at one point in his career. The #1 album he literally did everything you could do as a rapper, yo.
Yeah, he did.
Like, real talk, like, you can't have much better, like, he did everything you can do, yo. And then he got mad hits. I seen people was like, it was one person, though, they was like, yo, you be forgetting like Juvie had all them hits. Everybody in the comments like, dog, we ain't forgetting.
Yeah, nobody
How old
forgot.
are you? Like, we ain't
nobody forgot. Even with the young niggas, if you play Back That Ass Up in a club, even if they don't know the song, they gonna be like, this shit hard, nigga. If you play High, they gonna be like, this shit hard.
Slow Motion was #1.
Slow Motion.
That was the #1 song in the country.
He had some classics.
That was several albums deep at that point. Juvie, yo, he's really, yo.
Even Know Your Clap was hard. Because you remember he started putting the random hood niggas from New Orleans on. Y'all hear that Know Your Clap?
And that nigga had like the t-shirt tied on his head or some shit like that. That nigga looked crazy.
He was drinking his own, he was drinking the Juvie juice on the NPR.
Promoting his brand. I respect it.
He's so tough, yo.
Legendary shit, bro.
And one of the you know what's the greatest thing about that whole thing that happened with Tiny Desk? It started off so innocently. It was like a person on there like, yo, Juvenile should do a Tiny Desk. He was like, first of all, he commented, he was like, first of all, what is a Tiny Desk? And no. And he put like laughing emojis. And then I guess he started getting more responses. So people was like, eventually he tweeted back. He was like, man, if y'all get to like 10,000 likes and retweets, I'll look into it. And then he was like, he got up there and then he was like, well, because I guess we're going to have to go through with it.
1.1 million views like the first day, yo.
Bro, that's it started off so we talk about it organically.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so he didn't even know what it was. Like,
yeah,
there's a strong portion of the population that doesn't know what that shit is until you see your favorite artists performing that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Shout out Charlie Wilson. His was hard
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Player
Like, they
shit.
had Babyface. They had all sorts of shit going
Tank was
down
my
these
dude.
past
I'm
Player shit.
tracking
I didn't see the
The shirt was
baby face. They
crazy,
got a
but-
baby face?
Yeah.
Yes, yo. It all
With
came out around the same
Tank
time.
as a background.
Because Tank was
singer
on the beat. He was a
that
backup
shit, nigga.
on there, and then he did his own one after.
That shit was
I
crazy.
heard about the Tank one, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about the baby face.
Yeah, baby,
So
yeah.
I'm a novice.
They was
in
going
that
crazy because it was Black Music Month.
Yeah, they was going wild.
Yeah, they was going wild, yo. It was going wild. This is like the best like joints in a row. It was hard, and I rocked with Tiny Desk heavy, yo. I typically build them up, and then I just watch like 3 of them in a row. The Juvie one, I'm like, I ain't waiting. Yo.
I always catch clips mainly. Juvie was the first. Not the first one. I've watched a few all the way through, but Juvie was the first one where I was like, I gotta see this shit. Like I had to go find it. I just stumble upon Tiny Desk. I don't ever go looking for it.
Right.
Usually, it
They
just
had
pop
so
up.
many people on there.
Nah,
Like, if you don't
Twitter
watch,
went
like, there's
crazy
so
off
many
that
people
shit.
on there. And then even his background singers, the 2 ladies that came out for them 2, they was killing it. And then he had them in like the New Orleans, like them Dickies joints and everything. It looked mad New Orleans. It was hard, yo. Because typically people wear the all black a lot of the times and stuff like that, but they look very New Orleans. It was so dope, yo.
Since we in that New Orleans bag, I feel like they need to give my man Master P the Tiny Desk now and like do
He
it like
should
how
go,
they
yeah.
did where the songs was like real. They really made them sonically nice, yo, like for a
I
live
think Master P will
band.
do it though. I don't
Yeah.
know if Master P will do it.
Yeah.
You know Master P about that promo game.
Yeah.
He'll definitely
Master
do
P
it.
that nigga, yo.
He'll do it.
Definitely do it.
He gonna have his
Bring
cereal
Silk
boxes.
out?
He's definitely gonna have 8 cereal boxes.
8
in the
cereal
front.
boxes and
Some
noodle
soup,
cups.
Yeah, noodles and all
Yeah,
that.
noodles.
Ramen cups,
Noodles,
nigga.
He was
chips,
throwing them joints at
cosmetic products.
He was throwing them at the BET Awards when
that's
they was
mad
doing he was throwing the cereal in the crowd and stuff.
That's
yo.
hard,
mad
yo.
funny.
Yo,
That
speak-
nigga, yo, I respect Master
Real
P.
quick,
yo. That's
speaking-
one of my guys, bro. You know how I feel about Master P, yo.
Speaking of that BET Awards, there's a lot you could talk about. I ain't want to get into it, but I want to talk about the toughest joint to me, was Chief Keef, after being banned for 10 years, finally was on there. He did Finito. Yo.
Yeah.
That joint was so hard, yo.
That
I
song
didn't
is still
even see
thugged
that,
out, yo.
I didn't
You didn't see it, Rich? Bro,
I didn't see the
it's literally
BET
legendary
Awards at
BET
all. I
moment,
didn't
yo.
even know.
That was the highlight. It was a lot of.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot
I
of.
wish I would have seen just that, to be
Bro,
honest.
they had to cut out like so many of the words, yo, because it's so hard. But it was tough. He had the crew up there. You could tell they was all pumped. When they first showed them pull up to the BT joint, they hopped out like the Sprinter, and mad smoke was was coming out. Y'all got to see the clip. He was
I saw
like,
it. I saw it.
I'm high. Yeah.
Cause somebody commented on it.
It was
and
legendary
one of
to
his
the max.
mans still had the phone plugged to the charger, yo, with the and it wasn't connected. It was just the cord dangling. I'm like, damn, yo, they cooked right now, yo.
It was a legendary moment, yo. And mad people, that's like the highlight. Everybody was so pumped just to see Chief Keef there. And they killed it.
Yeah.
That joint went crazy. That was like the livest the audience probably was in that joint for real. But yeah, salute to Chief Keef finally getting on there and doing his thing, man. That
Gotta
was
respect.
Yeah,
Sosa.
much
certified-
respect, Chief
But I
Sosa.
was going to ask, is he the comeback? Did he have the bounce back year? You feel me? Because he did the Javante joint.
Yes. The
And then he came
Javante
back with
put,
the
put
BT,
light
yeah,
back on
man.
it like, yo, I forgot how hard this shit was. Like,
Didn't he come out to love Sosa?
Yes,
yeah.
bro.
Shout out Goldie Mac. We got into a whole Chief Keef conversation when he was on the episode after the
Legendary,
tank fight, because
yo.
we was like, yo, this shit crazy. yo.
Hopefully he dropped like
Lost,
something
lost.
and have like a summer banger. That would be the best way to cap it off for real, yo. So
Yeah. Well, since we already in the music bag, Zay, I want you to introduce this topic because this was something you brought up that was going to be the main thing this week. So I'm excited, bro. Well, should we start with
Oh yeah.
top
Let's-
5
you-
tracks or top 5 albums?
It's halfway through the year. You know, we did this. Didn't we do it last year? Halfway?
We did it last
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
That was
And then
our
the
first
full-
year,
of course,
second
we
year.
did the full wrap
Was that
up.
our second year doing it or our first year doing it?
The half year. I think we attempted the whole year when we
Oh,
first
yeah,
started
'cause
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah, and
It didn't
he
play
And then we did
yeah.
a half year, and then we did a full year. So we just our second year, I believe, of the half year. Salute to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
We
Still
back.
going crazy.
So instead of doing-
267 episodes of Coach Class Pod, still going strong with you motherfuckers.
Yes. So we do at the half year 5 best songs, 5 best projects, we'll say, and at the end of the year we always do 10 and 10. So who wants to start it off, man? Yeah.
Also, to preface, this is our favorite.
Our
I don't wanna
favorite,
hear
yes.
no-
not,
I don't want to hear
we
y'all
don't talk about the
bullshit
best and this and
the
that.
best
What
and
do
all that.
we
This
like?
is my
yo?
shit.
Yeah, this our shit.
Our favorite top
This our
5
shit.
albums or projects.
What y'all want to start with, the
EPs,
albums or the songs?
Songs. We gotta start with songs before albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm ready. I got my list up here, man. So the songs, they were kind of sporadically just all over the place at
I
first.
like that.
It took me a while to whittle it down to like 5. But there's an honorable mention that I want to mention before I even get into my 5, which is which is Pound Town from Sexy Red and Take It.
That song is hard, yo.
It's one of my favorite songs of this
Pound
year. I ain't
Town.
gonna hold you. It almost made it on the list. So it was very close.
Yo, that shit player, yo.
That's
Slap
mad funny.
crazy,
That's all
yo.
wild, but it's hard, yo.
You
It's
know
hard.
why I like it so much? Because how I was introduced to it. I'm gonna say this real quick. It was when we was driving across from Arizona to Vegas.
Yo.
And Aaron, she hit me. She was like, "Yo, you ever heard this song called Pound Town?" I was like, "What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is." So I put it on. I was like, "This is the hardest beat I've ever heard." Nigga,
that
while
shit
driving
fire.
across the
That
desert,
shit is
yo.
fire, yo.
I ain't gonna
Nah.
hold you. I don't think I've ever heard that whole song.
I have
Yeah, I
heard
see
the
it
whole
from
song.
Instagram and,
I
like,
ran it
clips.
back
Yeah,
after the first time I heard it. Actually, it was so hard. To me, yo. But
Nah, that shit is fire.
getting into my top 5, it's in no particular order, but as far as starting off, I had Acting Dumb, CEO Trail. This is off his project he had earlier this year.
That's fire.
Stab Out from Conway the Machine.
I like that.
Went with that one as the next option. The one after that was Solid Plan, Larry June, Alchemist, and Action Bronson. I just like that.
And that
beat,
song
yo.
is hard.
That beat is hard as fuck, yo. And then just
Solid
the message too, yo. Like just anything with a solid plan, yo. That shit is hard, yo. Salute to Larry and Action Bronson. Next one was No Do-Overs from G Perico, yo. I just like how he starts off. Cash Money, that's my favorite shit. Yo. That's
Shout
the
out
way how he
G Perico.
started off.
Post class part. You be cooking, bro.
That's one of my favorite joints. So to start off, he also made the albums list too. Him and Larry actually. The last one was Scientists and Engineers, the Killer Mike and Andre 3K joint.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
so
Okay.
That rounds out my 5 songs though for this halfway through my top 5 favorite songs.
Yeah. What about you, Zay?
So my top favorite songs. All right, so I guess I'll probably try to do it. Whatever. I guess I'll start from 5. all the
Yeah,
way
I
to
got mine in
1.
order.
So I would start off with Crash and Burn, Leon Thomas. He was you know what y'all might remember him from. If I'm not mistaken, he was on Insecure. He was like the first dude Issa, other than her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
That she was messing with. He was like the dude that lived downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're
Like
talking
he
about.
sang.
Yeah.
He be dropping heat. But yeah, basically, yeah, I mean, he had to, he had to let Shorty go, man. She wasn't trying to roll with the program in the song. You feel me?
Okay.
It's mad hard, so it's R&B. Yeah, I mean, keep that energy by Alex Vaughn. I really like that. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It sounds
She
very.
got
It's
some
like,
heat. Shout out Alex Vaughn. That's
it's-
from around the neighborhood.
that joint remind me like a '90s R&B, like the women when they used to do them summer bops and joint like that. That's why I really like that track a lot. And she fire, period.
Yeah,
Like,
she's fire. as
Yeah,
hell,
she gonna
bro.
blow up.
She
yo.
gonna blow up.
She's gonna
She
definitely blow up. She was on the tour with Ari and everything.
Pull
like,
up on Coach Last
salute.
podcast.
Absolutely. You Was Laughing by Lil Tyler. I love that joint. That's the last. I think that's the last track on the album. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, he was keeping it real. Yeah, I mean, talking about he coming up. Yeah, I mean, he coming for everything. The beat, the production, everything real solid on that joint. And he when he be going, yo. And
He made that double XL cover, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
salute to
Ice
him.
Spice said she was too good for it, but that's too big for that cover.
Yeah.
Some
And
people.
then Bottom by Gunna. Song is too hard. yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Song is too hard.
Bread and
yo.
butter might be that one too.
It's a lot of
yo.
It's a lot of talks. He went 15 for 15 on there, but
He went crazy on that motherfucker.
yeah, we're gonna get that.
And I don't even usually like shit like that. So it's like for me to be like when Zay was like, yo, nah, Mike, this shit hard. Listen to this motherfucker. I was like, this nigga snapping.
Yeah, he's wild. Gunna's
Nigga
hard.
came out rapping like his life depended on
did,
it, yo.
yo.
Hey, it did.
He did. And then I guess my number one be Luckily I'm Having that's on the Don Toliver Lovesick Deluxe.
I heard a lot of good stuff about that.
It was the
album.
deluxe joint, so they dropped that like on the first 4 tracks on there, and I was like, whoa. I was like, this is crazy, yeah, I mean, so it's very Houston, very. I done played it at a couple little like it's very that joint go crazy anytime. I want to hear it like outside, like I want to hear it in Houston. Like I've been to Houston a few times and out, and I love hearing like certain stuff like that. But yeah, that wraps up my joint right there.
Yeah, that was a fire list too. With this, since Rich gave somewhat of an honorable mention, this is something that just dropped, but I feel like he's going to drop the project of the year because I remember J-Rock Redemption. And he dropped that East Side. Did y'all see the East Side video? He just
not
dropped
yet. I saw this a screenshot.
Missed it.
Oh my God, bro. He coming back with that shit, bro.
Let's go.
TDE about to take over
TDE
again,
ain't been
yo.
playing, yo. Like,
Yeah, no, J-Rock, let us know when the project coming out. I already saw the East Side thing. I'm already going to put you, like, I know you're going to be in one of the top albums off that. And starting with my 5, I got to go with Summer Walker's Setup. That was my shit off of the her latest project, the Soft Life joint.
it's a good project.
Yeah, nigga, that is music.
Yeah, she went back.
Yeah. And but with Love to Baltimore, I got another one. Goldmouth Chaz and Bip Money Love, they dropped the project together. And it's a song on there called Bip and Soldiers. Fucking fire, bull. I feel like y'all need to reach out for the Juvie feature, yo, on that shit, yo. Then off of that, Kodak Black, Pistols and Pearls, I gotta go with Balance, yo. You know that one joint? He be like, so we do bit clever over me, she made me cry.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs of this year.
What's
yo.
the song with Shorty on there? I can't think of the name right now.
That song is hard.
I
There was
forgot
some
about
tracks
that.
on
That shit is hard
Damn.
as fuck, nigga.
I knew it was a song. I forgot.
That shit is hard. Then this is one y'all probably won't know, but this is Ultra R&B bag as well. I sent y'all the album specifically this week because it's like I'm like bump it with your lady because it's like one of them like super smooth shits. But it's a guy out of Atlanta, Chase Shakur. Chase Shakur. I'm telling you, this nigga next. It's a song called Sink or Swim.
Yeah.
Most player shit you could play, yo.
I was trying to give him some spins. I don't want to get on. I'll let it rock.
No, I already know you
I
don't
don't
like the.
wanna do it.
He don't like the. I like it.
No. Salute. I don't want. That's not the.
I know. I like it. I like it.
I know.
And
I
then
know
my
why.
And then my number 1 was Summer Walker Pull Up, yo. Like that shit sound
Oh no,
like
she had
some,
two that made it.
Yeah. Set Up and Pull Up, and it sounds crazy because both of them end with up, but Pull Up is crazy. Yeah. That pull up on me.
I know how it is.
And let the sea
Come on, yo,
back.
the notes,
Nigga, that shit sound like Erykah Badu.
In the key
and
of
Erykah
Mike.
Badu had writer credits on that.
Yes.
I bet you Erykah Badu wrote that song.
It sounded the whole.
It
project
sounded
was
like
right.
Erykah Badu.
Yes.
And then they said Solange had credit too. Shout out to homie. I'm not gonna say your name and tell you on the podcast, but we had a debate about it, and she was like, "Nah, this one song sounded like Solange." And then when I ran it back, I was like, "That is
That's the
Solange
music.
vibes."
That's the music Summer really want to drop. She talked about. She said, "I did the whole big super joint last time.
Yeah.
It did well, but it didn't win a lot of awards." And she was like, "Yo, I'm about to go back to making the music I really
shit
care
I
about."
enjoy.
Good for her.
Yeah, yo.
Doing shit I enjoy.
Good for her.
All right, let's get to these albums. Same
All right,
order.
man. Going into the albums, and again, it's not in order for me, but you could definitely put it in order for the sake of our setup after. But first album I had on there was Hot Shot Gangsta Girls G Perico. I enjoyed that album a lot.
Nah, the Gangsta Girls was hard.
Yeah, it was tough, man. Salute to who does the Gangsta Girls? Why am I forgetting?
DJ
Drama, my bad.
DJ Drama. Shout out DJ Drama.
man.
Where's he
definitely.
been lately? But
I didn't like his.
That nigga is getting.
No, I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about.
Oh, he got some crazy shit. Allegedly, I don't know anything.
The next album was The Great Escape, Larry June and The Alchemist. That album was just fire all the way around. Michael, Killer Mike.
Ooh.
I finally gave that a listen. I think it was a few days. Might have been a few days after it actually came out.
I haven't gotten around to it.
You just love it because of the 3 Stacks feature, yo.
Mainly, that was what drew me in.
Yeah, I know you're a 3 Stacks.
That's what drew me.
motherfucker,
As
yo.
soon as
You
I
used to be
heard
on
3 Stacks was
heavy
on it,
back
I was
in
like,
the day.
nah, this is my nigga. I gotta listen to this show. So and hear this nigga rapping is always fun to me. Next one was The Course of the Inevitable 3, Pieces of My Pain, Lloyd Banks joint. Lloyd Banks joint was fire. Of Course of the Inevitable 3 was one of them ones I ain't hear a lot of niggas talking about, but it was fire to me.
Okay.
And then Lovesick, the deluxe joint, Don Toliver joint, was probably my last one.
Tough. How about you, Zay?
So I'm gonna roll with, and they had a song on. It had a couple songs that I was like, "Oh, can I put it in the top 5?" But Craig Charmine, I think that's exactly how you say it. But that's what Kay Trinata and
I know Kate Trinata. Okay.
Was that
whatever.
Amine? Is
Huh?
that how you say it?
I think that's how you say it.
Amine?
Amine is it.
Yeah.
Amine is
Okay,
it. Yeah, Amine is
I
it.
think that's how you say
bet.
his
Yeah,
name.
there you go. All right.
Cause only reason I know
That's crazy because
only
I can't-
reason I know is because Desi fucks with him heavy, and
Okay.
last time
Yeah.
we was playing tennis, he was actually telling me about.
Yeah, I think I had posted
Amine
something. He was
project.
like, he was rocking with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Shout out
Nah,
Desi, yo, Looney Desi.
That whole
Looney Desmond,
project
that's our
is,
guy.
whole project is fire.
We might have to
yo.
bring him through when we do the year-end wrap-up. Cause I like
he'd be
his,
perfect.
I like
Yeah.
his
Perfect
knowledge.
guess. Perfect
I
guess.
like his
Yeah,
knowledge.
that joint is fire. I play that. It's a lot of songs on that that's fire. And you know, K Tronada with the production, and then
Crazy
was spitting
production.
on there, man. Like it's a really good combination between them. Nothing bigger than the program. Jay Worthy, Rock Marciano,
Tough.
a lot of tracks on there I really like. They take you down that P lane.
Yeah. Your man's
you know,
Rock
stuff like
Marciano
that.
jump on the bacon was scrambling.
Yeah.
We was gambling. He was rambling, gambling, on the rambling. And we was at Brambleton. He be smoking that shit though. He be cooking
It's
that
like-
motherfucker. And he fuck around produced the track. Well, not on this, but
Y'all know how they get down them samples, man. Like they be murdering that joint. Yo. It's
Yeah.
crazy, yo. Like
they catch them pockets.
you could if they just made just the audio, you could just listen to just the audio by itself. The instrumentals, like that's how hard they be making music. That's what I like a lot, yo.
I like that as well.
Yeah,
I like that as well. That's
after
very
that,
honorable.
I was like, yo, I really gonna put it in there, but because I never really was like, I don't like the name, yo. This dude name, and I was like, he a younger dude. I don't know how they be getting down with some of that. What's the name? But I like the I do like that. So Uzi dropped the album that's in that like that vein that's kind of like rockish and not rock, but like
I gave it a spin.
yeah. So but that's not on here. But it's called Afterlife by Yeet. I wouldn't want to listen to him because his
Afterlife
name was
by
Yeet,
Yeet.
and I didn't like that name at all.
YEET or
YEAT.
YEAT? Okay, I never heard of him. I got to tap in with him.
Yeah. So I like, and you gotta like that type of music though.
Y'all been helping me expand my horizons. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
anytime I listen to Gunna,
I actually really it's a
not
lot of tracks on it. It's pretty.
that's
lengthy,
for me.
but-
It is. You know me.
Expanding
Yes.
your horizons.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all
give it
doing
to
that. You feel me? Then I got to roll with A Gift and a Curse, man. That Gunna album. He
Yeah,
went 15.
boy.
He was rapping like he really rapped like his life depended on it.
I
'cause it
respect that
depended on
take.
it.
Bread butter, yeah. Yo, that shit hard.
That joint transition from Fuck You Mean to Rodeo. Well, I mean Rodeo. I said Rodeo. I'm thinking about Juvie still. Rodeo
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Then they go to Bottom, which I had in my top joint. It just,
Yeah.
And then I think I was having a tough time picking between, because I never, and when we do the top joints, I try not to pick two people, two songs from the same artist. But he got the joint on there. It's like the second to last song on there. Love that joint. It was going back and forth between that and Bottom. But yeah, that whole project is fire. From
Nah,
beginning
that shit
to
is
end.
super dope.
And you could tell he really understood, like, yo, dog, I gotta come.
Yeah, I gotta come
Whatever
out
you
here and go
agree with,
crazy.
don't agree with, whatever. Just musically,
Yeah.
he went crazy.
He
on
went
it.
crazy musically.
And then Lovesick, and Lovesick. Hold on real quick. I had a debate with this. All right, so the song I have as my number one joint is from the Deluxe, but the other three are cool. There's another one on it that really came out better, but to me it messed with the because I look at it as the whole body of art. It messes with the flow a little bit, just a little bit. So I went with the regular Lovesick, not the Deluxe one, even though my number one song isn't on that because it just flows so perfectly.
Gotcha.
Yo. So that just rounds out my joint right there.
That's tough though. That's a tough list. So with my 5, I got Big Sad 1900. None of his singles made my list, but this joint called Die a Legend is fire. And I mentioned it before on the podcast earlier in the year. Like, this project is hard. I rock with y'all. Then I got Jimmy Waters, also a California native, Sincerely a G, that came out early 2023. That shit is fire. My number 3, Kodak Black, Pistols and Perils. I fuck with that album, yo. Like, I'm like, yeah, bro.
I almost hard.
Yeah, bro. Keep going crazy. My number 2 is going to be controversial because a lot of people don't know yo yet. But that Chase Shakur, It's Not Me, It's You, I feel like it's no skips on there. To me, it's no skips on there. If you like that Brent Fayez vintage The Weeknd esque
that's why I
bag,
thought that. Now I get
he's like Brent Fayez and old school The Weeknd combined as one to me. And I fucked with the old Weeknd, like them super dark tapes.
Weekend was wild, nice, man.
Yeah, he could his range.
was a different level, yo,
Obviously,
like-
obviously, his range is not like The Weeknd. But I feel like he's in that. He's what you want. He's what you want.
Yeah, I listen to some
He's
of
what
it.
you want. Like, he's that type of shit. I'm what you need. Like, yo, he don't have to sing well on those songs because they're so melodic. But yo, shout out Chase Shakur, and that It's Not Me, It's You. And then my number 1, yo, that's Summer Walker, yo. Clear
It's
2,
fire. It's
Soft
fire.
Life EP.
fire.
That shit is no skips, bro.
It's fire.
To me, it's no skips to me. Like, low key, I'm not even gonna talk it, but I think that might be the vinyl that I get in here. Cause like you said, say, I feel like she got back to doing the music she wanted to do.
That's what
And
she
usually
did.
artists that's that big don't go back into the shit that's like, yo, your range fits this bag perfectly. So thank you, Summer Walker. I appreciate you. You got my #1 album right now.
It reminded me of when she did that. It reminded me of, and actually, Drum had a single with another artist that came out that was fire recently. But it reminded me of Drum's when he went as Shelly.
Okay. Damn,
Not the last
project.
project. Last project I like too. I think I
Pause.
might. But the one before that, it's like, and Summer was on that joint too. And they had a song they bodied together. They sound fantastic together. But that project sound like that project. They kind of went real back into that bag of soulful / a little neo and all that type of stuff. And it is just, yeah, my bad. It just reminded me of Summer getting back to that. Man.
Yeah, Summer
so they
went
both
crazy,
went like that crazy. Yo.
She don't get, yo, you know the sickest part though? When you're therapied, you got your therapy and you actually talking just like real smooth shit, you don't get the love like you deserve, even though the projects be like that. Cause Kendrick and her, like, yo, these projects are quality, and it's like people loved it when it came out, but it's like it didn't get the love it also deserved. They need to just do, like, people don't like when you talk about positivity though, and like, yo, I realize my trauma and I'm trying to move forward.
True,
You
man.
know, I mean, well, Kendrick album wound up being very successful.
It did.
So I think he
it
ain't y'all.
It did.
Now
It
there's
did.
people that was like, and there's people that was, it did what it's supposed to do though. So, but yeah. On another note, this is my last thing. Have y'all been peeping this Pusha T, Jim Jones? Like,
I have.
what do y'all think, yo?
Low key, I like the Jimmy joint, but I know they're like, yo, Jimmy, you was my guy, yo. I used to dress like you in middle school. That was never your lane, yo, to be rapping against niggas like
Battle
Pusha
rapping?
T, yo. Like, come on, Pusha's like a barbarian, and you like, yo, you got the cool songs, bro. Like, he's gotten better, but
We spoke about this. You know Jimmy, my guy, but
yeah. That's same with me. Like, we both are like Jimmy. Like, yo, Jimmy is close to the heart, but it's
That's
like,
all
yo,
I'm gonna say.
you're
I
not
don't
that
really have
type
to-
of rapper.
I
yo.
don't
You're
really
not that
say-
type.
I
of
did
rapper.
like the comeback. People was like, "Oh, it's trash." It was not.
It wasn't
wasn't
trash.
There was people that said it was
Wasn't
dope.
trash.
So I'm not gonna say like everybody. I'm not the point only at negatives.
That's
but
because he's
it was
still
a lot of
his
people
ultra New Yorkie
yo,
bag.
It was dope. It was a
he's
good,
not-
solid. What's the name? But like,
He's not ready
He
for
not
both.
fucking
Yeah.
with Push, yeah.
and you know what's
Malice.
making it worse? Push ain't say nothing yet.
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah.
They don't
He'll do some-
formulate it.
Nah, he's
He put
looking
the
up.
knife in
He's
him.
looking up dirt
Yeah,
to
I mean,
make you really hurt your
yeah.
feelings and have you
Because
crying.
he's
at
trying to
the
put the
battle.
knife in you. He gonna put the
He's
knife
gonna
in
do
you,
that,
bro.
yo.
This
It's
is
gonna
I
be
don't
bad.
listen. This is nothing against because Jimmy. I rock with Jimmy. I rock with Push too.
Nigga
so,
just started off
but
the verse.
if I
You
was-
are hiding a child. It's like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
Let that boy come home. That was a wild line. Yo. And then tick, tick, tick was another. I ain't gonna get into that.
God damn it, man. Yo.
I don't want to do this because it's Jimmy, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Just
shout out Jimmy, yo.
If- no.
Matter of fact, I love you, Jimmy. You need to come up on Coach Class Pod, but like, yo, don't battle that nigga, yo. Please, yo. Because I like you a lot, yo. I used to dress like you and everything. I wanted to be Jim Jones back in middle school, but like,
Mad thermals.
nigga, you remember, yo, I used to be arguing with niggas. Niggas be like, yo, he can't rap. I'm like, yo, that nigga, you just can't hear it how I
Jimmy
hear
my
it.
dude, yo. I'm listen. I rock with Jimmy, but I'm just talking from a perspective of looking if what I would do.
Yeah.
If I was Push, yo, I would put together the coldest bars and I would rap over the Touching in Miami beat. Yo.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm just saying. yo.
Jimmy gonna hit him with
I rock
that. Jimmy
you,
gonna hit him with
but
that.
I'm
Around my
just
way
saying.
is where this road started. This little wild motherfucker grew up.
If he did that,
cold-hearted,
yo,
worked
Jimmy might
hardest.
send people to his crib. I ain't gonna lie.
Jimmy don't do that.
Yeah, because
Now all entertainers getting too much money, yo.
Because that
You don't want
original
any
version
flavor
by Max
fouls.
B was wild, yo. It was wild.
I'm not even going to go in on that. 'cause
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
love
not
Jim
going in.
Jones,
I'm not
yo.
going
I
in. I'm
love
not
Jim
going in.
Jones, yo.
I rock with both of them. I just want, as long as it keep his rap beef, that's tough, yo.
Yeah.
To wrap up the music beef, I mean the music thing, hilarious. I saw Raz B had to apologize to the, I'm not gonna say what affiliate groups that he had to apologize to, but did you see that clip of him and Orlando Brown getting into it on that weird show that's on
I didn't.
One of them networks.
didn't.
It's like Bad Boys of some shit or something like that.
See, shit, I miss shit like that. I miss out on shit like that because I don't have a
Nigga.
girl no more. Like,
No,
they put you on with shit like that.
This wasn't from her.
Right,
She
yeah.
didn't
I'm
see
like,
that
yo,
shit.
I
This
don't
was
see
a
that
clip
type shit.
on Twitter, nigga. What, you didn't see where he had that stupid ass hat on. Him and Orlando Brown was arguing with each other.
I didn't peep
I
that.
really wanted Orlando Brown to punch him out that hat so bad, but he started set tripping. That I guess is what you would call that. He started going crazy, so he had to apologize to them niggas. It was very funny to see. That's all I wanted.
For some reason, I don't know if this makes sense to y'all, but they seem like they are the same clan, them two, for some reason.
Yeah.
If it makes sense to you, like, I don't know. Because as soon as you said it, I said, that pairing, for some reason, just seems natural.
Yes.
like,
Those two together on a show is just,
God
how the fuck did they
bless.
do that?
And we always gotta say rest in peace to Big Reese.
Yes, indeed, man.
Thank y'all for listening, like, rating, and subscribing. Continue to do so. Comment, good, bad, or ugly. And we got episode 267, Coach Class Pod, man.
Yeah, and Boogeyman was trash, nigga. I ain't like that movie. That was buns. I'm excited for Insidious Red
The
Door.
first Boogeyman was serious.
Insidious Red Door, though. I'm ready for that. That's this weekend. By the time this episode come out, that should be out. I think.
The last Insidious was kind of cheeks, bro.
This one is gonna be all right.
I didn't
hope
catch.
so.
Since we going real quick, I didn't tap into the second episode yet, but the first episode of Secret Invasion was cool.
I tapped
I
in.
wasn't really locked in, but it was cool.
I tapped in low key. Avatar 2 me. It took me like 3 days to watch it. It's because it's so it's just so slow. Like, they really try and slow cook this. Like, this shit is in the crock pot on the lowest setting.
They ain't got no budget, yo. They ain't been budgeting these shows out. I could tell from the visuals. I can get to a whole breakdown of that. They've been skimming off the budget on a lot.
It's
of
not
shows.
bad yet because they might hit us over the head and they might be saving that budget for those last 3 episodes like they normally do. Like, oh, we about to have it.
Well,
Because you
they
remember
said
how
this
the
one
Hawkeye
isn't-
joint was like, and then
they said-
Kingpin came in and it was like, oh, this
But
shit
they
hard.
said this one isn't gonna be like very superhero driven. Like, it's
That's because they're going to have the
them.
Marvels coming out later this year. Like, it's supposed to be the follow-up to
That's
that.
because they ain't trying to spend no money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
having
Samuel
all
L.
these
Jackson was expensive enough.
all
That's
these-
why it's all dialogue
You
scenes.
having all these dark scenes and in small rooms, bro. They ain't spending no money on these joints, yo.
Yeah,
Just
$25
make
a
movies
tape.
hard, yo, and cut the shows out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna bluff on the shows, cut the shit.
They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life. They asked me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life. I said, bro, I'm coaching life.